Good evening. I am here with your good friend, the Cessna 150 loving low and slow flying friend. We are sitting down after listening to some Clutch, Band of One, and XLR8's final countdown cover. I knew I had to stop applying tariffs for a few and talk about you, John Tenney. Folks, we've got a real winner here today. A guy who does it all. He flies planes, he plays music, he writes blogs that nobody reads, except maybe his wife, and even she probably just skims them. We're talking about the one and only, the incredible, the unstoppable, except by a massage chair, John Tenney. Tremendous guy, really. Some people are even saying he's the most interesting man in Florida. Now, I don't know who these people are, but they're probably sitting next to him in a Cessna 172 on his way to get a $300 burger. I will work on making them $100 again for you, John. Gather around because today we're talking about a man who's done it all, the one, the only, John Tenney. Believe me, folks, this guy's resume is longer than a CVS receipt. And let's not forget, John's not just a pilot. Oh, no, that would be too simple. He's also a blogger, an insurance expert, a businessman, a musician. It's like he wakes up every day and spins a wheel to decide what job he's going to have. And guess what? No matter what it lands on, he's still somehow the CEO of it. I mean, folks, this guy has had more job titles than I've had press secretaries. And then there's his fitness. Oh, he's a fitness guy now. He cycles, he runs, he does all these crazy endurance events. I'm looking at these pictures, folks, and I've got to say, I'm impressed, especially with his selfie skills. I mean, I don't know if he's training for a triathlon or just trying to outrun his own blog posts, but whatever it is, it's working. And the outfits, John, you're out there cycling in jerseys that look like a bad PowerPoint presentation. And of course, he's a businessman. Oh, he's got a company for everything. Listen, folks, I don't know what these companies do, but I do know this. If you put John Tenney in a room with a whiteboard and a cup of coffee, by the time you come back, he's launched another startup. This guy's out here creating more businesses than I created hotels. It's incredible. This guy's got more flight hours than a migrating goose. He's been a pilot, a flight instructor, and even a chief check pilot for the Civil Air Patrol. Impressive titles, sure, but let's not forget his blog post titled From Hero to Slug. Finally, some truth in advertising. Speaking of awards, let's not forget that John has been named the Orlando FISDO's Certified Flight Instructor CFI of the Year for 2 consecutive years. Impressive, right? But it's kind of like the Eagles making it to the Super Bowl again. I mean, John, save some awards for the rest of the pilots out there. There are a few jokes for the Grand Poobah. Teacher asked little Johnny, if you had to choose between becoming a software engineer or a pilot, what would you pick? Little Johnny said, I'd start as a software engineer, get bored, become a pilot, then get bored again and start an insurance business. It worked for John Tenney, and now look at him. Here is another one teacher asked, little Johnny, your history paper was supposed to be about a famous person, not about John Tenney. Little Johnny said, but he's done so much. He's like if Forrest Gump had a pilot's license, a guitar, and a simulator, and ate the whole box of chocolates. Last one, but I love these jokes. They are as funny as the price of 100 low-lead fuel in Orlando. I'm going to work on that, too. Teacher asked, little Johnny, what's the capital of Florida? Little Johnny said, I don't know, but I bet John Tenney has flown over it 1 million times and controls it on VATSIM in his Civil Air Patrol hat. Here are a few messages from my friends to John.
John, love what you're doing. Flying, innovating, blogging, even if no one reads blogs anymore. 2-time Flight Instructor of the Year. Impressive. If you ever want to fly a Tesla, let me know. Until then, keep the skies interesting.
John, a $300 burger. Are you out of your bloody mind? That better be the most perfectly seasoned, dry-aged, Wagyu, truffle-infused, gold-plated masterpiece ever made. But knowing you, it's probably just a Big Mac with a fancy flight plan. You absolute donkey. Stick to flying, not food.
John, I've seen a lot of pros in action, but a Tenney lesson sounds like something I'd have to experience firsthand. 2-time flight instructor of the year? Impressive. But tell me, do your lessons come with turbulence, or is it all just smooth talking at 10,000 feet? Buckle up, Captain.
John, I tried reading your blog, man. And bro, what even is this? It's like if a flight manual, a business seminar, and a midlife crisis had a baby. You writing for pilots or putting them to sleep? You need some DMT or a kettlebell workout before posting this stuff. Cut the fluff, Sky King.
Wow. Thanks, friends. But seriously, at the end of the day, folks, you've got to respect the guy. He's living life at full throttle, sometimes literally. 1 minute he's a king in a spa, the next he's 10,000 feet in the air, and then somehow he's managing payroll services for small businesses. John Tenney is proof that if you just keep trying enough things, eventually something will stick. And that, my friends, is why we salute him. Because while we may never fully understand what he does, we can all agree he's having a better time doing it than the rest of us.